Your soulmate was crying in private today. Nobody knows why. My child, listen closely to me, because I have seen something today that you desperately need to know. Your soulmate was crying in private today, and nobody in their inner circle knows why they broke down. The truth is that my hand was gently upon them, opening their heart to the true love you have been holding on to. They tried to hide their tears from the world, but I saw the exact moment their spirit cried out for you. I am placing a deep and restless longing inside their chest that will not fade until they find your face. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. Those private tears were not tears of pain, but a sudden release of the tall walls they built around their heart. Nobody knows why they suddenly felt so emotional today, but I know it is because I whispered your name into their soul. They are finally shedding their broken past so they can walk cleanly into the bright future I have planned for you both. When they were crying in secret, they felt a strange and overwhelming warmth wrap completely around their tired shoulders. That was my divine love comforting them, preparing them to be the strong and faithful partner you truly deserve. Do not turn away from my voice, because in just a few moments I will share the final secret that will change your life. Your soulmate wiped their eyes today, feeling a sudden burst of pure hope for a beautiful future they cannot yet see. They do not fully know why they are crying, but their heart is rapidly making room for the massive blessing I am bringing. I am moving them closer to you with every single tear they let fall in the quiet safety of their room. Jesus says, "You have asked me for a true sign that love is real, and their hidden tears today are the absolute proof." I am working behind the scenes right now, breaking the heavy chains of their old habits and past mistakes. Their tears are washing away the fears that kept them from stepping onto the path that leads directly to your door. Nobody knows why they suddenly canceled their plans to sit alone and think, but I gracefully guided them to that silence. In that deep silence, they felt a profound ache in their soul, crying out for the gentle peace that only you can bring. Keep listening closely to my words, because I am going to reveal the final seal of peace at the very end of this message. I know you have spent many nights wondering if I hear your prayers about love, and I want you to know I do. Just as you have cried in your own room, your soulmate was crying in private today with the exact same hidden loneliness. I am mirroring your two hearts right now so that when you finally meet, the spiritual recognition will be instant and holy. The people around them asked if they were okay, but they could not explain the sudden tears that filled their eyes. They simply felt a sudden urge to be a better person, knowing deep down that someone special is waiting for them. Stay right here with me, because I am preparing to tell you exactly how you will recognize them when the right moment comes. Every tear they shed today was a silent prayer they did not know how to speak out loud to me. I collected those precious tears and I am using them to water the seeds of the beautiful relationship I am growing for you. Their private crying was the exact turning point in their journey back to faith, back to true love, and back to you. The Lord says, the tears they cried today were a divine washing of their spirit, completely clearing out all their old damage. Nobody around them understands why they suddenly grew so quiet and emotional this sunny afternoon. I am using those private tears to soften their heart so they can receive your pure love fully and without hesitation. Your soulmate was crying in private today because their soul recognized that their long season of painful waiting is almost over. They felt a sudden drop in their anxiety, replaced by a tearful relief they could not explain to anyone. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact physical sign you will see tomorrow morning. When their friends asked what was wrong, they hid their tears because nobody knows why they feel this sudden emotional shift. I have placed a protective veil over their emotions, keeping this beautiful breakdown safely between them and me. Their secret crying today is the absolute proof that my perfect plan for your love life is currently in motion. They locked their door today and let the tears flow freely, surrendering all their deeply hidden fears to my hands. This release is necessary, because they needed to empty their heart of sorrow before I could fill it with your love. Hold on to my words until the end, because I will tell you exactly where your two paths are destined to permanently cross. I watched them look out the window today, crying in private as they felt a sudden and unexplainable connection to you. Nobody knows why they stared at the sky with such wet eyes, but they were feeling the distant warmth of your soul. I am building a strong bridge between your lives, constructed perfectly by the quiet tears they wept today. Jesus says, "You must understand that their crying today was a beautiful breakthrough, destroying the walls of their inner pride. They are no longer running from commitment, because their hidden tears have humbled them into seeking a genuine blessing. I am answering their secret cries by preparing to lead them directly into your patient and loving arms. Their family thinks they are just tired, but nobody knows why your soulmate was truly crying in private today. They were weeping because the heavy burden of their lonely life suddenly felt too heavy to carry entirely on their own. Keep listening to me, because I am going to reveal the final spiritual step you must take to receive them. I am sending you this message because I need you to know that your future partner is deeply sensitive and profoundly real. They are not hiding from you on purpose, but rather, they have been crying as I mold them into the perfect match for you. Stay with me closely, because I am going to share the final seal of peace with you before I finish speaking. The quiet tears they spilled today were heavily mixed with a sudden, beautiful vision of a warm and loving home. Nobody knows why they felt such a strong desire to settle down today, but I planted that specific dream in their mind. Their crying was simply their human reaction to the overwhelming beauty of the future I have promised them. I have protected you from the wrong people so that you would be perfectly ready when they finally finish their private crying. Your soulmate is letting go of the toxic people from their past, weeping as they cut the old ties that held them back. Their hidden tears are the very flood that is washing away all the obstacles keeping you two apart. The Lord says, "When you wake up in the quiet of the night, it is not an accident or a random trick of your mind. It is my gentle voice whispering to your spirit, telling you that your soulmate is reaching out to you in their thoughts. Their private crying today is heavily linked to the times you have suddenly felt wide awake and totally alone at night. They woke up feeling a strange tightness in their chest today, which melted into tears that nobody else was allowed to see. Nobody knows why they felt such intense emotion before the day even began, but I was waking up their dormant heart. Keep listening to my gentle voice, because at the end of this message I will give you the final secret of their identity. Your soulmate was crying in private today because I gently forced them to face the parts of themselves they needed to heal. They wept out of pure relief as I took away the heavy guilt they have been secretly carrying for many years. Their hidden tears were a necessary spiritual surgery, cleaning their emotional wounds so they never bleed on your good heart. I saw them hold their head in their hands today, crying softly as they asked me to send them someone fiercely loyal. I immediately thought of you, and I wrapped them in a sudden feeling of peace that they could not completely comprehend. Do not click away from this screen, because I am preparing to reveal the greatest blessing of your future at the very close. Nobody knows why they suddenly felt the urge to pray today, but their tears were the beginning of a massive spiritual awakening. They are crying because they are finally realizing that human strength is not enough, and they desperately need my divine guidance. I am using their secret sorrow to guide their lonely footsteps straight onto the bright path that leads to you. Jesus says, I know the deep ache in your heart when you see other people finding love, and I want you to know your turn is next. Your soulmate was crying in private today because they share that exact same feeling of being entirely left behind by the world. Their hidden tears are actively pulling my mercy down from heaven to speed up the day of your long-awaited meeting. They quickly wiped their face when someone walked into the room today, ensuring that nobody knows why they were crying. I am keeping their emotional transformation a complete secret from the world, so that nobody can interfere with this holy process. Stay entirely with me until the very end, because I will soon tell you the exact blessing that is coming your way. The sudden out-of-place memories you have been having lately are direct reflections of the tears they cried today. When they cry for the love they have not yet met, your spirit feels a sudden rush of unexplainable warmth and deep comfort. I am connecting your inner feelings so tightly that their private tears become the gentle peace settling over your mind. You must be willing to completely let go of your own past hurts so your hands are entirely empty to receive this new blessing. Your soulmate was crying in private today to empty their own hands, preparing to hold on to you forever without any hesitation. Hold on to my comforting words until the end, because I will tell you exactly how you will recognize their unique face. Nobody knows why they decided to drive the long way home today, but they needed the extra time to cry behind the wheel. They were weeping out of a sudden, desperate craving for a life filled with genuine honesty, deep respect, and unwavering faithfulness. Their secret tears in the car were the exact prayers I needed to hear to finally merge your two destinies. The Lord says, I am deeply touched by your incredible patience, and I want you to know that your long waiting is finally coming to an end. Your soulmate was crying in private today as a direct response to the powerful prayers you have been whispering to me. Their hidden tears are the physical proof that I am actively listening to every single word you speak to me in faith. They stared blankly at their phone today, crying softly because they felt entirely disconnected from everyone currently in their life. Nobody knows why they felt so incredibly isolated, but I was removing their attachment to the wrong people to make room for you. Keep listening closely, because I am going to reveal a beautiful secret about their true character at the end of this message. The gentle breeze you felt on your face yesterday was my way of preparing you for the tears they would cry today. I am sending you small, unseen signs of my comforting presence, confirming that this hidden process is perfectly on schedule. Their private crying is the final storm before the magnificent rainbow I am painting over your shared future. Your soulmate was crying in private today because they finally forgave themselves for the foolish mistakes of their younger years. They let out a heavy, tearful breath, and in that exact moment, their spirit became completely ready to cherish your gentle heart. Stay right here with me, for I am preparing to reveal the final seal of peace that will comfort your soul tonight. Nobody knows why they suddenly felt a rush of overwhelming gratitude today, but it brought them to sudden, beautiful tears. They were crying because their soul knows that a massive, life-changing blessing is currently making its way toward them. I am using their hidden, joyful tears to attract the exact miracle that will finally bring your two lives together. Jesus says, I need you to trust my perfect timing, because the love I am bringing you is far better than anything you have lost. Your soulmate was crying in private today to permanently wash away the lingering shadows of their last failed relationship. Their hidden tears are making their heart completely pure, ensuring they will love you deeply and without any dark reservations. They found themselves unexpectedly crying in the shower today, hiding their honest emotions where nobody else could ever see. Nobody knows why the water mixed with their heavy tears, but I was baptizing their broken spirit into a completely new life. Stay entirely with me to the end, because I will reveal the precise sign I am sending you to prove this is real. You have endured so much silent pain in your life, but I am turning your long history of sorrow into a masterpiece of love. Your soulmate was crying in private today because I granted them a sudden, overwhelming empathy for a pain they could not name. Their secret weeping was a spiritual connection to your own past wounds, creating an unbreakable bond of mutual understanding. They looked at their own reflection in the mirror today and cried, feeling entirely tired of the shallow life they have been living. Nobody knows why they suddenly desire deep meaning and genuine connection, but I was actively changing their core desires. Do not leave this holy message, for I will soon tell you the exact blessing that will permanently rewrite your love story. Your soulmate was crying in private today because I showed them a small, fleeting glimpse of the deep peace you carry. They wept because they have spent their whole life searching for that exact peace, completely unaware that it resides within you. Their hidden tears are the holy compass guiding them away from their chaotic past and straight toward your calm embrace. The Lord says, I am speaking so directly to your heart right now because I know you have been dangerously close to simply giving up on love. Your soulmate was crying in private today specifically to prevent you from closing your gentle heart forever to the possibility of romance. Their hidden tears were a powerful spiritual anchor, keeping your shared dream alive while I finish perfectly arranging your meeting. They paused in the middle of their daily tasks today, completely overcome by a wave of tears they could not quickly suppress. Nobody knows why they had to step away to briefly compose themselves, but I was rewriting the entire trajectory of their future. Keep your spirit open to my words, because at the end of this message, I will give you the final secret of their arrival. The sudden feelings of warmth you have been experiencing are the direct result of the exact moment they broke down today. When your soulmate was crying in private today, I took their raw emotional vulnerability and wrapped it safely around your waiting spirit. Their secret tears are serving as a warm, protective blanket over your heart as you bravely wait for my timing to unfold. I know the heavy exhaustion you feel from continuously carrying the massive weight of your beautiful, unspent love all by yourself. Your soulmate was crying in private today because they are deeply hungry for the exact kind of loyal devotion you naturally offer. Hold on to my unfailing promises until the end, because I will tell you exactly how you will confidently recognize their gentle voice. Nobody knows why they suddenly felt the powerful urge to write down their private thoughts today, but the ink smeared with their tears. They were crying as they tried to describe a future partner who looks, thinks, and loves exactly the same way you do. Their hidden tears on that private page were the official signature on the divine contract I have written for your upcoming union. Jesus says, "You are my precious child, and I have never once ignored the silent prayers you have lifted up regarding your deeply desired marriage." Your soulmate was crying in private today as the physical manifestation of the exact answer I am currently sending down to you. Their hidden tears are the absolute guarantee that I am actively working all things together for your ultimate and lasting happiness. They woke up from a deeply vivid dream today, crying soft tears because the dream felt so incredibly peaceful and uniquely real. Nobody knows why they woke up feeling entirely changed, but I had shown their sleeping soul a brief image of your shared life. Stay with me closely until the very end, because I am going to reveal the exact physical sign you will spot tomorrow afternoon. The profound sense of calm you suddenly felt this morning was my way of emotionally preparing you for their private breakdown today. Your soulmate was crying in private today, and as they released their heavy fears, I transferred a deep, settling peace into your mind. Their secret weeping effectively cleared the spiritual atmosphere, making a clean and unobstructed path for your beautiful connection to firmly take root. I am explicitly asking you to completely let go of any lingering bitterness toward those who have foolishly broken your gentle heart. Your soulmate was crying in private today to release their own bitter memories, and you must mirror their brave emotional clearing. Do not quickly click away from this screen, because I am preparing to reveal the greatest blessing of your entire future right now. Nobody knows why they suddenly felt so intensely protective over a love they have not even physically found yet, but they cried anyway. They were weeping because I placed a powerful, fiercely loyal, and fiercely protective spirit deep inside their rapidly changing heart. Their hidden tears are proving that they are finally ready to proudly stand by your side and safely defend your honor forever. The Lord says, "I have intricately planned every single detail of your future meeting, perfectly timing it to happen exactly when you are both fully ready." Your soulmate was crying in private today because the heavy spiritual pressure of their old life is finally cracking under my divine power. Their hidden tears are the glorious sound of their old chains breaking, permanently freeing them to eagerly run toward your loving embrace. They sat quietly on the edge of their bed today, crying as they simply asked me to please take complete control of their life. Nobody knows why they suddenly fully surrendered their proud independence, but I was softening them to be incredibly gentle with you. Keep listening to my comforting voice, because I am going to finally reveal the true final seal of peace at the very end. The completely out-of-place memories of old love that suddenly crossed your mind today were entirely meant to show you your own growth. Your soulmate was crying in private today because they finally realized how poorly they handled relationships in their distant, foolish past. Their secret tears of deep regret are the absolute assurance that they will never intentionally mistreat or carelessly mishandle your precious heart. I need you to boldly hold your head up high, proudly knowing that you are completely worthy of this massive, life-changing romance. Your soulmate was crying in private today because they finally feel worthy of a profoundly good and genuinely pure love like yours. Stay right here with me, for I am patiently preparing to reveal the final and most critical sign you must closely look for.